everybody, welcome back to the range. Tom here, and today we're doing this VW Kafer racer, and it was a challenge from Silver's Scratch Built Productions. I'm always accepting challenges and I'm always wanting ideas, and I'm glad he said something about this, because in this two-part video we're going to be going war rig style. Yes, my first ever war rig, so let's check what we got. This Kafer racer, I really like this casting. Honestly, this is one of the mainline ones. I did a premium one a while back as a Gaslands build, and look what we're doing again with another Kafer racer. We're doing another Gaslands build with it, and this is also my first ever war rig that I've been working on. And you're like probably thinking, okay, why is he using a Volkswagen Kafer racer as a war rig? Well, you're about ready to find out exactly why and what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be doing this, because this just stood out to me. I had a couple pieces just laying about, and I just started kind of piecing them together, like, just kind of just test fit, just to see what they would look like. So I had this one of those trailered over road haulers, whatever. So I already stripped it down because it was all chrome. I took some I cut off the engine compartment area because I was planning on doing something else with it, but something just told me to hold off on it, and I'm glad I did, because I wanted this thing to set up. I'm going to be finishing it up in part 2, which will probably be out in the next couple days, because it's just something I've never done before, so I'm taking my time on it, and I've done a lot of serious planning when it came to doing this big rig, because I wanted my first one to be the coolest one I've done. And at the end, like, I got everything all together for this, but what's a big rig without a trailer? So part 2, I'm going to be building a trailer setup for this Kafer racer war rig. So please don't forget to stay tuned for part 2 of the Kafer racer war rig build, because honestly, a lot of you guys that I've seen do the war rigs and stuff like that, I've never done one. I've always kind of been iffy about doing them, but I'm going to be literally doing a lot of scratch builds. Oh yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about in part 2. I wanted to trim this whole little plastic casting, and I'm glad it was plastic in a way, because it made things so much easier to cut around and file down and stuff like that. It didn't take as long, but I'm doing a lot of cutting because, like, at this point I'm still kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to add it to it, what I'm going to do, what parts am I going to cut off, and it was just kind of up in the air what exactly I was going to do. And I loved the look of the war rigs, and I eventually planned on doing one. But when Silver commented on one of my videos, throwing this Halloween theme, I guess, war rig build. Well, unfortunately, I'm not doing the whole Halloween theme. I'm just doing a war rig. But when he threw out doing this, and I'm like, you know what? It's about time somebody said something, because I've been meaning to do one for, I don't know, for how long I started. I've been watching, but I was really stoked, honestly. Like, I was really happy about starting this build, and I really couldn't wait to get started on it and just see what I could come up with, because in my head, when I drilled this apart, I didn't tap or anything to post yet, because I was unsure if I was actually going to be needing them, because like I said, when I thought I'd probably need them or not, I had ideas of what I wanted to do, but what I wanted to do, I ended up changing my mind and going with a different route. You know, I already had it out of the gun oil, you know, wanted to get going on it, see what I could do. I knew I was going to have to cut out this back section, already cut out the little fin area right there, but that was only part of what I was doing. I ended up like cutting those little knobs off, which I kind of don't wish I hadn't now, looking at the final pieces of it. But, you know, I needed to make sure it's filed down smooth. It didn't have to be too smooth because it's a war rig. It's supposed to look damaged, stuff like that. But, my second video, or part 2 of this video, is actually, it's going to be of a mixed with the second half, the trailer portion of this war rig. It's also going to be a tutorial on how I do a certain paint job. Because there's in case somebody's like, man, I don't know how to do the camouflage, and I just gave it away. But I've been talking about doing a camouflage tutorial, how I do it. There's different ways, different styles. You can use any color. So I'm going to do it as a tutorial once I get everything built, because I'm going to just use, like, fast forward through all the construction part and stuff like that. Maybe slow it down for, you know, just a close up of how everything's looking. But when it comes time for paint, I am actually going to be doing a paint camouflage themed tutorial. So I know a lot of you guys probably already know how, but I'm going to show you how I do it. Because I'm still up in the air whether how I want to do it, just like what style, what pattern, stuff like that. But and I'm not really going along with the movies or the video, because you guys can see what I'm doing. You know, I'm trimming the base of this road roller to get it to fit in between the two fenders of the racer. And, you know, I'm wanting to make sure it fits. I'm wanting to make sure everything goes well. And, you know, just kind of, I don't know how to say it, but just to make it a snug fit to where it looks decent. And yeah, I know it's a Gaslands theme. It don't need to look like it's, you know, perfect seams and stuff like that. Yeah, I got that. Trust me, I thought about that too. And, you know, as I'm putting it together, I'm just I'm still being careful how I put things on here and how I cut it, because I wanted to make sure it fits, and it fits perfect. And when I do part 2 and I actually start doing the trailer of this, you know, I got some things that I'm going to be using and putting together, and, you know, just kind of going off that. I got a base I can go off of to actually help with it a little bit easier. So all in all, I'm really happy that I decided to go ahead and do a war rig themed vehicle, because it's just something I wanted to do. And whether it kind of looks like a war rig, but you never know. War rigs are not always 18-wheelers. You know, you can like literally put a fifth wheel on a pickup truck and haul around a trailer. So, you know, it doesn't have to, and you can soup up the trailer and, you know, there's your war rig. You know, it doesn't always have to be a 18-wheeler or a big rig of any type. That's my opinion, though. But, you know, I'm thinking about getting some information on the whole Gaslands game, because you know, and that's something I thought about it. You know, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, I'd really like to try to get into that Gaslands thing, because, you know, making vehicles for it's not that difficult. You know, they don't have to be perfect. They're just for game pieces. And I was like, you know what, I might just do that. I might look online and see if I can find one of those Gasland manual rule books, or, you know, the pieces for, like, the movements. I can, like, make them out of styrene, paint them up, make them look good, whatever. Get, like, a diorama set up for a game version of it. or something like that. So I might end up doing that and doing some kind of like Gaslands style video or something, and want to like build a car and then use it in the game. But I don't know yet. That's still kind of something that's going to be in the works. In 2 weeks, I'm going to the doctor for my back. I'm getting a steroid injection in my lower back. They're kind of working me up to surgery. I went through my physical therapy already, and now I'm going to be going to pain management, and if the pain management don't work, and then the only thing left is surgery. So that's kind of where I'm at with my health issues right now. And those of you who don't know, I caught one of our buddies' live feed last night. He hasn't been on for quite some time because he just had 2 twin girls born a few months, almost half a year ago. And he's doing his daddy thing. He's doing a great job. I respect him for what he's doing. And Jay, I hope to see more videos out from you soon, brother. I can't wait to see what you got coming and all that stuff. So, peace with you, brother. Take care of those kiddos and that wife. And I just enjoy being daddy. That's all I gotta say. But back to this video. I know I'm kind of all over the place, and I do apologize for that. I kind of get something in my head while I'm doing this voiceover, so I just want to get it put out there. But I had to do a lot of filing and stuff to get this little engine I got from the Water Drag, and I knew I'd end up using this engine sooner or later, and I'm glad I used it on this because it really looks cool. And I'm going to do some detail painting of the engine. Yeah, it's going to be all dusted up because it's in a Gaslands car. But I'm really hoping that once this is all painted with the trailer and everything, that it actually ends up turning out as good as I'm really hoping it will. Because I got these pieces from this Humvee Just Trucks, that little snorkel. So I ended up going to be putting it on the thing just in case. And, I kind of been just grabbing pieces that were just laying around. And I'm like, will this work? Yeah, hey, it will. So you'll see me just kind of reaching around, just kind of grabbing stuff. And I was really, really happy with the way this looked, because it actually looked really, really cool. And I had to do a little bit of drilling and stuff like that for the hole. And sorry about that little bit of a pause with nothing going on. But I had to make sure that this was going to fit before I decided to actually, glue it in and stuff like that. And so far, everything's looking pretty decent. I really love how, the matchup for this road hauler or whatever. I don't know what it's called, and honestly, it don't bother me, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to match it up, but I had to groove out some areas because the engine had to make sure it fit through the top. And at first I thought about putting the engine in the front of the racer, but I thought about it and I'm like, no, it just won't do in the front. It's got to be where normally on a Volkswagen Bug. But I was really, I really wanted this to look decent. I really did. And I don't know, it made me like, as I was building this, and like I said, I was taking my time on this one. I wanted it to look good. I wanted everything to match up right. The hardest part was, what I should have did was first pick out wheels, because oh my goodness, it was hard just trying to find wheels, because I didn't want to do any more like wallowing out the wheel wells or anything like that. Yeah, Gaslands vehicles are not supposed to roll. I got that. This one does not roll. So I'm okay with that. But I think I might have like some style wheels that I'm gonna go for on the trailer portion of it. I just gotta figure them out, what I'm going to be going, because I want to make sure that when it's hooked up, it actually sets decent on the racer hitch, and I want it to kind of link up and look good on it. So that's why I'm not painting anything in this video, because what I'm going to do is, after both the trailer and this is complete, which this one is complete, so all I gotta do is wait to get the trailer done. I'm gonna paint them at the same time, but that's just something I'm gonna do. I'm waiting to do that because I want to make sure I got the paint. So I think I'm gonna have to go and get the paint tomorrow, but I'm gonna try for a rusty camouflage theme with this. And the only thing is, if it looks like shit, that's fine. It's not supposed to look all pretty and fancy, so that's okay. I got these paints I'm going to use. I found the old 18-wheeler like fuel drums, side fuel drums, so I decided to put them on the back of this to kind of tie everything in together with the armor plating that I got from eBay. And you know, just wanted everything to kind of just go together. I ended up having these exhausts I got from this big time muscle car. So I cut them down to size, smoothed them out, and put them on the fuel tanks where it kind of looks like the stacks off of an 18-wheeler rig. Here's a skull, and you guys haven't seen me use these in a while. I got it from Citadel Skulls. Wow, almost a year and a half ago. When I first did my first Gaslands build motorcycle. My guns that I've gotten from eBay, I'm going to have to order some more guns and more armor, you know, just to have. I'm still good on the skulls. I don't really use them that often, so it's just good to kind of have them on the side. But I got some armor plates for the windshield area. You know, I put this armor plate on the back for the hitch, so it'll kind of slide up and drop down in there when it backs up to the trailer. The hardest part was I was trying to find these window armor plates for both sides, but I only had them for one side. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to do another set of the window armor, but I did go a different route. Some of my benchwork toy stuff that I had to clip off of were like in the shapes of spikes. So what I ended up doing was using one of those for the driver's side door. So when he opens up the door, he just stabs people with these spikes. But I ended up putting a plate on the bottom of the hitch area. I'm going to do something to cover up that little gap. Probably put like a little bumper or something on there. Just got to find something that'll work. But, you know, I found these wheels. I thought it looked good. It really looks cool. And the Kafer racer is a quick little thing. That's why it kind of looks like, it just looked like everything's just aerodynamic, as Tate Mater would say, I guess. I had to put a brush guard on it, you know, just kind of give it that look. And, you know, the way it's looking so far, I'm really happy with it. There's, like I said, there's not going to be no final reveal video at the end of this. But I just wanted the guys to remind you about the 4 Horsemen build coming up at the end of this month. The Big Air Bel Air. You know, theme is post-apocalyptic, so it gets me out there to do my rust on again. And I've done quite a few of these post-apocalyptic cars in a row. So I'm going to try to knock something out after this video is complete. Something a little different, a little hot rod custom or something like that. But I'm not for sure yet. But as we get to this video to the close, towards the end of it, you know, I hope y'all love this video. I really hope you guys stay tuned to watch part 2 of the Silver's Scratch Built Productions challenge to me. I asked for a challenge. He threw this out there. This is what we got so far. You know, very, very cool little car. I was really happy with the way it turned out. Everything looks good. So I'm really stoked to start working on part 2 as soon as the video uploads. And yeah, I'm trying to waste some time here because I'm, like I said, voiceovers, everything's already been pre-recorded, and you know, really like how these spikes looks on it. If you just kind of see it, that just looks mean as can be. But in the near future, I'm going to be making a special announcement about the Monster Jam Challenge. But you guys will have to find out next time. See you on the next video. And I'll see you next time at the range.